Hello everyone. A Sigma female navigates life with a clear purpose that she doesn't need to explain or defend. She's not about living up to what others expect or following common ways of acting. In a world that often asks for reasons, she remains unaffected by the pressure to justify her life choices. She also refuses to feel bad for the path she chooses. Some might interpret her actions as rebellious, but really, she's just being true to her own values and what she believes in. She doesn't waver on what's important to her. This attitude isn't about being proud or resistant. It's about staying genuine to herself, no matter what others may think. She has certain principles for which she will never apologize, and this boldness makes her unique in a world where many struggle to conform. Let's dive in, everyone. To understand better, I recommend watching the video from beginning to end, and I'm eager to see your thoughts in the comments. Number 1. Avoiding harmful individuals. A Sigma female will not tolerate negative people in her life, and she will quickly end relationships with them if they begin to drain her energy. It doesn't matter if it's a friend, a co-worker, or a family member. If they breach her trust or respect, she will let them go immediately. She isn't heartless or unforgiving. She just highly values her tranquility and mental health and won't let anyone disturb it. If someone brings unnecessary conflict, deceit, or disloyalty into her life, she doesn't spend time trying to repair the relationship. She understands that some people are fueled by turmoil, and getting involved with them only drags her into their harmful patterns. Instead of getting caught in constant disputes or justifications, she opts for quiet and distance. This approach might appear severe or merciless to others, but the Sigma female is firm about her personal limits. She feels no need to excuse herself for looking after her own needs in these cases, because she knows that harmful individuals will keep taking if allowed. By distancing herself from them, she safeguards her energy, attention, and overall well-being. Her choices are not rash or spiteful, they are essential. The responsibility to apologize rests with those who have lost her trust, as they need to consider their actions. For the Sigma female, maintaining peace is essential, and she will never regret prioritizing it. Number 2. Valuing her tranquility more than social duties. A Sigma female has a simple rule. Her own peace is always the priority. Many people feel the need to attend every gathering, maintain a certain image, or make everyone happy, but she doesn't follow that path. She treasures her time and mental peace too much to spend it on social events that don't really matter to her. Whether it means missing a party, turning down an invitation, or stepping away from idle chatter, she's okay with saying no and doesn't feel bad about it. It's not that she dislikes people or avoids socializing, she just chooses carefully how and with whom she uses her energy. If an event seems superficial, unnecessary, or just not worth it, she easily decides against it. For her, staying away from such social clutter is not selfish, it's wise. By prioritizing her peace over needless social duties, she safeguards her mental well-being and keeps focused on what's important. When she chooses to skip something, she doesn't feel compelled to give detailed reasons or apologies. She doesn't say sorry for wanting time alone or preferring quiet over pointless talk. She understands that genuine relationships are not based on forced interactions, and her life isn't about just maintaining an image. For her, maintaining peace is essential, and defending this freedom is key to her strength. She will never allow the fear of missing out or the desire to please others to disrupt her pursuit of remaining calm and stable. Number 3. Expressing honest opinions openly. A Sigma female doesn't spend time softening the truth to make it easier for others to swallow. She uses blunt honesty as her tool, wielding it skillfully. When she talks, she goes directly to the point. No softening, no extras. It's not about being harsh or thoughtless. It's about being genuine and clear. She finds no point in talking in circles, and if her directness makes people uneasy, she's okay with that. She won't say sorry for speaking necessary truths, even if they're tough or unwelcome. People might look for niceness or tact, but the Sigma female prioritizes clear communication over sparing feelings. She knows the truth can hurt, but she prefers the brief pain of honesty to the lasting trouble of concealing lies or partial truths. Her choice of words aims not to wound, but to shed light and truth in situations where others might choose illusion. She recognizes that her forthrightness might upset some, but she's not here to pamper anyone's pride. For her, saying what's truly on her mind is key to keeping her integrity, and she treasures that much more than others' approval. Apologize for being brutally honest? That's not her way, because reality, no matter how tough, is always better than deceit. Thanks so much, everyone, for being such a loyal subscriber. Your ongoing support means a lot to us and motivates us to keep creating valuable content. We really appreciate your involvement and encouragement. Number 4. Choosing carefully where she spends her energy. A Sigma female views her energy as precious, like money that should be spent carefully. She chooses wisely where to put her time and effort, and she's quick to end relationships or leave situations that don't match her values or aims. This isn't about being unfriendly or distant. It's about safeguarding her personal energy and not overextending herself just to look good or make others happy. She understands how tiring it can be to invest too much in the wrong people or activities. That's why she'll never feel sorry for moving forward when something isn't beneficial to her anymore. Whether it's a harmful relationship, a job that doesn't inspire her, or a group of friends who seem shallow, she recognizes when it's time to leave. She makes these choices without regret because she values keeping her energy for things that really matter. Her ability to say no is a key strength. She doesn't feel obliged to explain why she puts herself first, instead of meeting other people's expectations. For the Sigma female, it's not about being selfish. It's about protecting herself. She knows she has limited energy, and using it on things that don't help her grow or make her happy is not something she'll consider. You won't ever hear her apologize for not overdoing it. She manages her energy carefully, investing it with clear aim and objective. Number 5. Expecting the best from herself and others. A Sigma female always strives for the best in herself and expects the same from others. She sets lofty goals and makes sure she meets them. This isn't about trying to be perfect. It's about personal growth, staying true to her values, and always striving to improve. She believes that accepting anything less is not being fair to her own abilities, and she refuses to become complacent. Likewise, she expects her friends and colleagues to step up. If someone cannot live up to her expectations, whether in personal relationships, professional settings, or self-improvement, she won't compromise her standards just to accommodate them. She has no patience for lackluster efforts or people who are okay with being average. Her commitment to excellence is firm, and she will not apologize for expecting the same from others. Her approach might seem tough or even overwhelming, but she views it as a way to sift out those who are capable of achieving greatness with her. She understands that achieving high standards takes a lot of effort, discipline, and regular commitment, and she's not willing to settle for less for the sake of convenience or comfort. Her expectations might make some people uneasy, but that does not bother her. She refuses to lower her expectations just to fit in with others, saying sorry for having high standards. Not a chance. For her, keeping high standards is a sign of respect for herself, her time, and what she aims to achieve. Number 6. Moving beyond certain relationships. A Sigma female knows that to grow, she often needs to leave certain individuals, locations, and circumstances behind. As she changes and matures, she understands that not everyone can accompany her on this journey, and she's not sorry for surpassing those who don't fit with the person she's becoming. This isn't about being unkind or indifferent. It's just a normal part of her personal growth. She recognizes that clinging to relationships because of old memories or guilt only slows her down. When she sees that a friendship, relationship, or environment isn't beneficial to her anymore, she moves on without second thoughts. She doesn't hold on to the past or keep ties just because they were once important. For her, growth is an ongoing process, and if others can't keep up, she accepts that their role in her life is over. There are no hard feelings or regrets in her choice, just a clear realization that to progress, she can't bring everyone along. She doesn't dwell on nostalgia. While she values her past experiences, her focus is on the future and who she wants to become. She realizes that moving beyond certain people is sometimes a difficult but essential step towards achieving her greatest potential. Making apologies for moving forward? Never. Her progress is too crucial to be hindered by anyone not growing with her, and she won't sacrifice her advancement for ease or recognition. Number 7. Relying on her intuition rather than general consensus. A Sigma female relies on her inner instincts as her guide, navigating life's uncertainties with steadfast certainty. While many might succumb to the latest fashions, heed widespread advice, or look for approval from others, she shows no interest in these. Her intuition is her most reliable friend, and she sticks to it even when it goes against the common flow, without a second thought. Apologize for being different? That's not her style. She understands that what's popular can be influenced by shallow reasoning, group pressures, or passing fads, factors she dismisses when making her choices. Where some might waver when deviating from the usual, she excels in forging her own route. If something feels wrong to her, she steps back, regardless of how many others may agree. It's not about defiance or opposition just for the sake of it. It's about being faithful to her true self, which has almost always guided her rightly. Her choice to trust her instincts over popular trends doesn't suggest ignorance of her surroundings. It means she puts her own assessments first, above the external chatter. She won't compromise her authenticity to blend in or chase after what's trendy. Her self-awareness is too deep for that. If her instincts lead her another way, she follows them, no explanations, no regrets, and total trust in their truth. To her, being true to her inner guidance is absolutely essential. Number 8. Defending her personal limits strongly. A Sigma female is strict about her personal boundaries. She understands that having strong boundaries is crucial for her emotional, physical, and mental health. These boundaries are firm lines that she sets to maintain her peace and identity. She confidently upholds these limits, and if anyone disrespects them, they will face consequences. Her clear boundaries may make some people uneasy, but she's not bothered by that. She knows not everyone will like her firmness, and if someone is upset by her boundaries, that's their problem, not hers. She will not doubt herself or diminish her needs to make others feel better. For her, guarding her space is about self-respect and survival. Emotional boundaries are just as vital to her as physical ones. If someone tries to control her emotions or pressure her to open up more than she wants, she will firmly resist. She cherishes her mental peace and won't let anyone disturb it. Her strong defense of her boundaries shows she takes responsibility for her own well-being. She's not interested in pleasing others or soothing those intimidated by her resolve. Apologize for being strong? Absolutely not. Her boundaries affirm her value, and she believes that anyone who truly respects her will recognize and honor them. For her, compromising on what's important to her is not an option. Number 9. Ignoring schemers quietly. A Sigma female handles manipulators in a special way. She quietly ignores them. Instead of arguing or directly opposing their tricks, she chooses a stronger method: complete disinterest. When someone tries to manipulate her, she does not react emotionally, no matter how tricky or sneaky they are. She stays calm and unbothered, letting their schemes fall apart by themselves. This isn't a sign of weakness. It shows her inner strength. By not giving them any reaction, not acknowledging them, not paying them any mind, and certainly not showing any feelings, she takes away their influence. Manipulators feed on chaos and emotional responses, but her lack of interest makes them ineffective, leaving them with no power. She knows that people who try to manipulate others usually depend on the emotional reactions of the people they target to succeed. By not reacting, she throws off their strategy completely. Her ability to stay calm and unbothered when faced with manipulation shows her strong emotional intelligence. She understands that if she interacts with manipulators, it only gives their actions credibility, and she wants no part in that. Instead, she watches silently, allowing their behavior to show their true intentions. Apologize for making manipulators feel powerless? No way. For her, the technique of quietly ignoring them is not just effective, but also a mark of her self-control and clear intent. In her view, the best defense against manipulation is simply not to play along, and she does this with silent assurance. Number 10. Letting go of achievements that restrict her. A Sigma female has a distinctive way of looking at success. While many are taught to hold on to their achievements, thinking that hard work should always lead to a lifelong dedication, she knows that sometimes success can turn into a prison. After putting years of hard work into something, like a job, a relationship, or a project, if she finds herself feeling stuck or unhappy, she will leave it behind without feeling bad about it. This choice to let go of what she has achieved often surprises people around her, especially in a culture where success is closely tied to a person's identity and value. Most are trained to keep pushing, to cling fiercely to what they've earned no matter the personal sacrifice. However, for her, the importance of her time, energy, and happiness is greater than the empty glory of an accomplishment that doesn't fulfill her anymore. She understands that real success isn't about meeting others' expectations or gaining approval. It's about staying true to her deepest values and dreams. If her achievements no longer reflect who she is becoming, she is brave enough to let them go. This decision is not about giving up, but rather shows her deep understanding of herself and her bravery. By choosing her happiness and freedom over fitting into traditional notions of success, she shows that true satisfaction comes from being genuine, not from holding on to past glories. In her view, it's better to take a chance on a future that means more to her than to stay limited by old victories. For her, moving on is more than just a choice. It's a clear statement that she is dedicated to living her life her way. Number 11. Rejecting the pursuit of perfection. A Sigma female recognizes that the pursuit of perfection is not just unrealistic, but inherently flawed. She understands that the societal push for flawlessness is a trap, setting standards that are not only unachievable, but also psychologically damaging. Instead of chasing a mirage of perfection, she celebrates her authentic self, embracing both strengths and weaknesses. This perspective allows her to focus on continuous improvement and personal growth rather than fault-finding or self-reproach. Her rejection of perfectionism isn't about settling for less, but recognizing that true excellence lies in resilience, adaptability, and the courage to be imperfect. She values the lessons learned from mistakes and sees them as vital steps on the path to wisdom and maturity. By discarding the weight of unrealistic expectations, she frees herself to pursue goals that genuinely align with her values and aspirations. She won't apologize for the scars of her battles, as they are testament to a life richly lived and challenges bravely met. In a world that often equates value with perfection, her stance is both revolutionary and liberating, serving as a powerful example that true contentment comes from self-acceptance and the pursuit of one's own definition of success. Number 12. Choosing solitude over superficial connections. In a society that often measures worth by social busyness and connectivity, a Sigma female stands out by choosing quality over quantity in her relationships. She finds profound strength and clarity in solitude, recognizing that being alone does not mean loneliness, but a cherished opportunity for self-reflection and personal growth. This time alone is not spent in idle seclusion, but is an active, enriching experience where she reconnects with her core values, reassesses her life's direction, and nurtures her mental and emotional well-being. She is selective in her social engagements, seeking out relationships that are meaningful and additive rather than just filling a void with noise and numbers. This discernment in choosing her company comes from a deep understanding of her worth and the value of her time. She does not feel compelled to make excuses for her selective social preferences, nor does she feel the need to conform to the societal expectation of being perpetually available. Her ability to say no to that which does not feel right is not just an act of self-preservation, but an affirmation of her self-respect and independence. By prioritizing genuine connections over superficial ones, she maintains her peace and ensures that her social circle is composed of individuals who truly understand and enrich her life. In a noisy world full of demands, the Sigma female holds strong in her beliefs and decisions. She believes life is too brief to be sorry for staying true to herself. Whether she's ending relationships with harmful people, choosing her own comfort first, or following her gut instead of going with the crowd, she shows a deep awareness and confidence that many admire and find inspiring. She sets clear personal limits as a sign of self-respect and refuses to break them just to make others happy. When she expresses ideas that many don't agree with or leaves behind success that doesn't help her anymore, she does so knowing her value and what she desires in life. For her, being genuine is essential, and she willingly accepts the occasional discomfort it brings. The Sigma female shows us that true strength comes from being boldly yourself. She proves that it's completely okay to put your own wants and needs first, instead of giving in to what society expects. In a world that often prizes fitting in over being unique, she serves as a lively example that real power comes from within ourselves. Instead of looking for others' approval, she charts her own course, sure in her belief that she doesn't need to say sorry for being true to herself. Her path is a strong proclamation of independence, inspiring each of us to respect our own decisions and stay true to our convictions. Thanks everyone for watching. Catch you in the next video. Bye, stay blessed, and as always, until next time.